How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, I wanted to go through the Super Rugby. As we all know, it started. Is anybody else as excited as I am about this? I don't know, but we get to see another bloody just amazing set of clubs play some beautiful free flowing rugby, and it is just beautiful. We got to witness some amazing rugby, high scoring rugby as well. The kind of rugby that you want to be watching, especially if you need to wake up in the early hours of the morning to get you going, just to be able to watch these bloody games. So we had my game that I looked most forward to was the Western Force versus Moana Pacifica, and that's probably the highest scoring game that was there, and got some absolutely brilliant games. We had the Blues versus the Chiefs. I am an Chiefs supporter when it comes down to Super Rugby, and then we had Fijian Drua versus the Brumbies. Right, so let's start this off with Fijian Drua versus the Brumbies. It finished 36-32 in the Brumbies' favour. Fijian tries coming from Kuruvoli, Loganimasi, uh, Karawalevu, conversions from Muntz, and two penalties from Muntz as well. That is for the Fijian Drua. And then Brumbies, there's tries from Pollard, Sapsford, Lonergan, Van Neck, and Raima, and then conversions from Lolesio and Meredith. Just again, like I say, beautiful playing rugby, some free flowing rugby, and we got to see an absolute spectacle, right? Personally, I was expecting the Brumbies to go through and get the win, which they ultimately did, but they did. The Fijian Drua did not make it easy for them, even 1 second. I mean, they didn't exactly have the best of records. Fijian Drua. They just lost to the Brumbies. They lost to the Blues last year. They beat the Rebels 40-19. They lost to the Highlanders 39-3. They beat the Reds 28-19. Then they lost to Western Force 48-10. This was going back May and June 2024. And then you look at the Brumbies' last six. They won pretty much everything outside of where they got beaten by the Blues. It was 34-20 in the semi-finals of Super Rugby. So, look, I was expecting the Brumbies to come through and win. They did exactly what was stated on the postcard, and yeah, put out some absolutely brilliant rugby. Again, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm excited for some good old Super Rugby. We all know what Super Rugby brings and that excitement that it brings, right? Because you get those those high ball, fast playing. They want to carry the ball. Whereas like the Gallagher Premiership, it's very much kick and stop, kick and stop, kick and stop. This is why I love the top 14 so much, because you have that free flowing, quick recycling, rugby, which is what we find with Super Rugby as well. It's got a very fast pace about it, and people want to run with the ball. So, yeah, that was a brilliant game. We then have the Chiefs versus the Blues. Um, Chiefs coming in strong. They came in strong, and they made the Blues pay for every single mistake that was made. The Chiefs ended up winning 25-14. The Blues got tries from Papali'i and Lamb, and then the Chiefs got two tries from McKenzie and Carter. McKenzie converting two of them and then getting two penalties as well. So, look, it's I kind of feel like this was like a bit of a kick to the Blues, because the last game that they had, um, I believe it was in the finals last year, right? And the Blues ended up beating the Chiefs So it really does feel like the Chiefs came through and say, screw you, and they played bloody well. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect when I was coming into this game. I was kind of hoping that the Chiefs were going to come out with a win, but what a win that they came through with. And if they had to play like this, that game last year could have been completely different. Could have been completely different. But hey, it is what it is. The Blues coming off a relatively good record, so just lost to the Chiefs. They beat the Chiefs 41-10. 41-10 in the Super Rugby final. Then you had the semi-final against the Brumbies, quarterfinal up against Fiji and Drua, and then they won again up against the Chiefs 31-17. Then the last time they lost was in May of 2024, and that was to the Crusaders, 29-27. Whereas the Chiefs haven't exactly had as good of a record. I believe it's 3 wins, including this one, and then 3 losses. So obviously the Blues, then they beat the Hurricanes, they beat the Reds, and then they lost to the Blues again in June, 31-17, and then they lost to the Hurricanes 2017 as well. So look, if there was ever a statement that the Chiefs came through to say, it's like, look, yes, you beat us, but we are not backing down. And they put in a bloody performance. They put in a bloody performance, and that was spectacular to watch. As a Chiefs fan, I really enjoyed that. And I know you Blues fans are probably going to hate me, but what a way to start. What a way to start. And then my favorite game of the week, of the day, was Western Force versus Moana Pacifica. If you ever want to see hard hitting, fast paced rugby with some brilliant runs, this was it. Yes, there were mistakes, there were plays, they moving too fast, but they played brilliantly. Both of them. This is what I said. This is the kind of games that you want to see as a neutral supporter, right? If you are that person that doesn't really know much about rugby or wants to get into rugby and you're wondering what it's about, watch this. Watch this. Western Force coming with a 45-44 win over Moana Pacifica. And it was literally last minute stuff. Last minute stuff. I think it was like 84th minute. It was 84th minute. Donaldson comes in with a try, and they shot the camera to everyone from Moana Pacifica, and they were just like, please, please slip, break your leg, just have a hurricane come through and blow the ball out the way, out the pitch, please miss. And obviously that wasn't happening. That was not happening. Donaldson was having one of those games that you do not want him to have, because that bloody guy pretty converted everything, and he ended up getting he not only did he convert it, he got himself the bloody try just to say screw you. And that was a big screw you that Donaldson had for Moana Pacifica. But otherwise, let's go through the tries. So we have 2 from Tizano, 1 from Greeley, 1 from Pierce, 1 from Pitch, and then 1 from Donaldson on the 84th minute. 84th, what a way to lose a game. 84th minute. Moana Pacifica were probably celebrating on how they got the win and blah blah blah, And then Donaldson comes with a screw you kind of moment, and just that's what rugby's there for. I'm pretty certain there wasn't a single person watching this game in that stadium that was not off their feet. They were damn near enough bloody flying how quickly they celebrated after that bloody try. Oh my God. Just thinking about it just gives me shivers. But anyway, so Moana Pacifica, you got Taumofalau, Gordon Bishop, Patafilo, Tuputailoa, Taumatini or Taumatina. I'm sorry, again, pronunciation with some of these words. I don't understand them entirely on the pronunciation of them. Like I said, with like the Irish and Tig and Tide and, you know, pff, I will get there eventually, especially with the French. I'm lost when it comes to French and the names and. Uh. But anyway, um, so then we had Havili with 4 conversions and a penalty, and then a drop goal from Gordon Bishop. So yeah, look, I think Moana Pacifica kind of feel hard done by. They were like, yes, we finally got another win. Yay. We got this in the bag. And then Western Force just say, no, you don't have it in the bag. And we're going to screw you over. Um, Look, Western Force, they lost to the Brumbies and they lost to the Reds. Um, and then they ended up beating the Waratahs, Fiji and Jura. And then it was in May of 2024 where they lost heavily to the Chiefs. But they weren't in that bad of a run. I mean, you look at Moana Pacifica, so they lost to the Crusaders 43-10. They beat the Waratahs, but then they lost to the Hurricanes, the Chiefs, and the Highlanders. And it's just like, you know, what more could you have done to get a win than what you did today? Just to have it slipped out of your hands by 1 point, by one try, when the time was done, when everything should have been done. And you're just like, please, let's find a way, let's find a way. And then Donaldson comes up and just slaps you in the face and runs off and scores a bloody try. Um, I really do feel for, I really, really do feel for Moana Pacifica because they got some brilliant players. But to have that happen the way it did, I was bloody excited by that game. I didn't know which way it was going to go. I didn't know how it was going to happen. And it just had every bit of excitement that you would want as a rugby fan. So, look, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What was your favorite game of the day? And I'm excited, guys. If we get games like this week in, week out, I'm excited. I can't wait. And this is just this is just going to give me something else to follow. I mean, I already follow the Gallagher Premiership. I already follow the top 14. I already follow the Six Nations. I follow the URC and then the Super Rugby as well. Look, guys, I love rugby. I watch rugby pretty much every single day. I'm a constant learner and I'm a constant student of rugby. So yes, there's probably going to be a lot of stuff that I end up getting wrong, but I'm learning here. So I also want to be learning from you guys as well, which is why I always ask you guys, drop a comment in the comment section below, because, different opinions come different mindsets and you get learning experiences from there, which that's all I want. And I want to grow on this journey with you guys. So please like and subscribe as always. And please, drop something in the comment section below. Whether it's a thought, whether you think I'm saying something stupid, whatever it is, comment section below. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Bye.